Welcome to another video on Call It a Holiday, and today you can see this beautiful background. I'm in Paris. So I'm in Paris for the third time, and this is a very special trip because I'm not here with my husband or my mom, but I'm here with my best friend, and it's going to be a girls' trip. We're going to do a lot of different things around the city. We're not doing any of those typical touristy things, but we're going to do a lot of shopping, visit a lot of bakeries, eat a lot of delicious food. So come with me, let's go. First in Paris was in Bouillon-Pigalle, which is popular for its affordability. The food, however, was just okay, definitely not the best French food Paris has to offer. With our stomachs full, we set off to catch the Eiffel Tower sparkling at night. There are several spots from where you can see the Eiffel Tower in all its glory, but nothing beats seeing it from one of the bridges on the Seine River. After the flop dinner at Bouillon-Pigalle last night, we were kinda scared of going to another popular restaurant only to be disappointed, so we decided to take matters into our own hands and find a restaurant organically. We ended up at Cafe Ventura, and honestly, it was so good, we ended up eating here on all the days we stayed in Paris. After breakfast, we made our way to Le Marais, a historic neighborhood in Paris known for really hip boutiques, bookstores, and galleries. The first spot on my list was Fleur, which is a concept store that sells chic, lifestyle, and home decor. They have an amazing collection of Jellycat stuffed toys. Just look at this. Fleur actually has 4 shops all on the same street, and all of them have different stuff, so make sure to go to all of them. I always buy my mum fancy soaps from my travels, and this store smelled so good, it was really hard to pick which one to get her. After lunch, we made it to Place des Vosges. It was raining, so we couldn't really stop for too long, but it was still very beautiful. And our final stop in Le Marais was the popular concept store Mercy. Honestly, I do not get the hype. It was so chaotic inside, so crowded, and after seeing the stuff in Fleur, the collection here seemed similar and not really worth the high price. Next, we came to Galleries Lafayette just in time for sunset. Galleries Lafayette has a rooftop which is free to access for everyone and has amazing views of the city. After the sunset, we came to the top floor, which has a gourmet market where I picked up some of the best souvenirs from this trip. They have something for everyone: authentic French cookies, chocolates, tea, and I got my mum this chestnut spread and salted butter caramel, and she gave rave reviews, so you have to get these. So it's day two in Paris, and yesterday was a very, very rainy day. So we didn't really end up doing much. We just visited a lot of different shops in the Le Marais area. And today's plan is that we're going to start off with a breakfast, a typical Parisian breakfast, and then move on to Montmartre area and explore a lot of shops there. Hopefully, there'll be a flea market because it's Sunday today, and see the sunset from Sacre Coeur. We came back to Cafe Ventura for breakfast and it was quite cold, definitely colder than yesterday, so I got myself a hot chocolate. Guys, it was the best hot chocolate I've had in Paris. It wasn't too sweet, but it was still very velvety and chocolatey. I really, really loved it. If you thought I was done with sweets after the hot chocolate, you are totally wrong because next we headed to the oldest patisserie in Paris. This is Storer and it was opened in 1730 by Nicolas Storer. It was so hard to choose what to get. Look at this, everything looks divine. But finally, we both picked an eclair. We got one with Madagascar chocolate cream inside, and the other one had caramel. I preferred the chocolate one, it was so decadent. Definitely on the sweeter side, I wish I had a coffee with it. This lunch is such a catfish because why does it look so good when it tasted like a 2 on 10 at best? Finally, we headed to my favorite neighborhood of Paris, Montmartre. It's a really historic neighborhood, and a lot of well known artists, including Van Gogh, Picasso, and Monet, used to live here back in the day. I also like that there's a lot of good shops here, especially if you're into jewelry. They had some really unique designs, but just know that it's not cheap. I want to give a shout out to this specific store. It's called La Boulangerie. They sell locally made handmade jewelry. All the pieces are one of a kind, making it a very unique gift option or even for yourself. Montmartre really stands out from the rest of Paris and almost has a bohemian vibe to it with its winding steep streets and cobblestones. The most vibrant part of the neighborhood is the Artist Square where local artists come together to display and sell their art. Even though I love this neighborhood, I have to tell you, this square is also a favorite hangout spot for scammers. On my first visit to Paris, someone made a cutout of my husband's face and tried to sell it to us. And when we gave him 10 euros, he started fighting with us, saying that it's too less. It's not that common, but it does happen sometimes. Finally, this is the most popular spot in Montmartre, the Sacré-Cœur. If you come here on Sunday morning, you can witness Sunday Mass, which is quite iconic. I did that on my first visit to Paris. Or you could come here for sunset, like I did this time. And opposite this church, there is this sprawling view of Paris. It's just so amazing. For dinner, we came back to Cafe Ventura for the third time, and this time we tried their baked brie cheese with baguette, and it was perfect for a cold night. The sun finally came out on our third day here, so we decided it was time for a picnic near the Eiffel Tower. The park under the Eiffel Tower is always crowded, and most scams and cases of pickpocketing happen in this area, so we decided to skip it and walk to the other side of the river. This is the spot. It's called Pont de Billy, and there was no one here when we came. I'm sure on a regular day this is a great spot for a picnic, but when we were here, it was super windy and not exactly the peaceful vibe we were going for. It was still fun, just a little windy. Next, we took the metro to Saint Germain, which is another popular neighborhood. I wanted to offset my calories by eating a salad for lunch, but did you know the chicken in Caesar salad is fried? I definitely did not know that, but it was still good, so there's that. Now, this is the reason I came to Paris. If you like chocolate like me, you'll be so spoiled for choice. This is a chocolate mousse bar, and they have 5 varieties. I got the 75% chocolate and I thought I would regret it, but it was surprisingly light. Saint Germain has two of the most iconic cafes of Paris. Both of them were frequented by Picasso, and while they're both good, I personally prefer Le du Magor. I'm sure I'm saying it totally wrong, but their hot chocolate is amazing. The next stop was Jardin du Luxembourg. It's my favorite garden in Paris. If you come for spring or summer, there are even more blooms here. It's a great spot for people watching and just in general taking a break. Just a short walk from the garden is the popular bookstore Shakespeare and Company. And while Shakespeare never came here, Ernest Hemingway and F. Scott Fitzgerald were frequent visitors at this bookstore, making it iconic. And with this, our trip to Paris came to an end. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video from Colmar.